Crypto markets mixed this morning. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin climbed more than 1% to $92,646. Ether fell 1.75%, and Solana gained a little less than 1%.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Catacombs. So, I'm going to talk about something a little bit different today. I'm going to talk about some money. And right now, we got Bitcoin is all the rage. I think it crossed over $100,000 for a single Bitcoin. If y'all remember, if you recall, earlier this year, late last year, Bitcoin had a huge drop. It was down to like $20,000 or something like that. And a lot of people who bought into it when it was like $50,000 and $60,000, they lost a good ton of money. But if they held in, they didn't get emotional, and they actually held their Bitcoin, didn't sell it off, they actually are on a come up right now. Or if you actually bought more Bitcoin while it was at $17,000, you are now really up right now, which is great. Now, this is all coming off the news of Donald Trump being president-elect. He's very favorable to Bitcoin, which is a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Bitcoin's been being talked about for the last, decade now. And you had some politicians who were on the left who were against Bitcoin, saying it was used for money laundering and things like that, which in some cases could very well be true. But I think largely that Bitcoin is actually a net positive and more than a net negative. But it's actually crazy right now because we now have not just Trump being pro-Bitcoin or pro-cryptocurrency or crypto assets. We now have companies creating ETFs that are trading Bitcoin and crypto assets now, which actually makes it a lot more digestible for seasoned investors and even newcomers. Some of the people who aren't on the fringes or the people who aren't, the early adopters who swear up and down something's great, but it usually takes several years for more of the masses to actually get involved with it, or again, the more seasoned people to get involved with it, which is, I think, where we're at right now. I still don't think the masses really, really get it. It is a growing number of people. We definitely have investors looking into it who are seasoned investors. We definitely have companies that are getting involved with it via the ETFs, which I thought was a great idea, which actually, again, makes it a lot easier for people who just want to give somebody their money to take care of, and they don't want to think about it. They only want to do is take a look at their portfolio every 5 to 6 months. Yeah, ETFs are great for that, for those types of people. I myself, I don't think I do have some investments, but I don't think I have an ETF. I don't. Maybe one of them is. I gotta look at it. See, even me, I'm one of those types. I'll buy some stocks or whatnot, and then I'll look at it a few weeks later, a month or two later, 3, 4, 5 months later, and whatnot. I'm not a day trader at all. And what I'm talking about today, this is not financial advice for all them people out there, regulators out there. This is just my personal opinion. I see all these YouTubers who talk about finance. They always have to say this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. But here's what I'm doing, and if you want to follow me, cool. And they always have that backhanded. If you want, you should follow me if you want to make some money. But I see why they say, yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not. I'm just a guy on YouTube talking about random things, and I like to give my perspective on. Anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin is all the rage right now. It's $100,000, and it's getting there. It's getting to a point now where it's very serious. It's very, very serious, especially with the new administration coming in. I would suggest, again, it's not financial advice, but I know this is what I'm doing. I suggest to myself that having some Bitcoin makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't put all of my assets into it. Some people are all in. And, sometimes some of it right now, it seems to be working out for them. But Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies assets, just by their nature, they go up and down massively. They have huge swings. So right now, somebody's a millionaire right now. Who knows? In a month, somebody can make some decisions, or there could be a huge sell-off because some people are trying to lock in profits, which I don't blame them. But it could be a huge sell-off, and guess what? Now you're no longer a millionaire. It happens. In the stock market, that also happens as well. It's just that it's like one or two stocks that have those types of mood swings. And if you're diversified, you don't really have to worry about it too much. Yeah, one stock may have dropped a lot, but you still got these other 10 that are stable or may have even gone up. And that's my big thing is I don't like to be all in on one thing for too long, or not just too long, but I don't like to be all in one thing too heavily. I mean, there's like, if you look at what's it, Kathy from Ark Invest, she once she has positions for her portfolios, that's for the money that she manages. Like, say for instance, like Tesla. If Tesla becomes too much of her portfolio, she'll sell off just so to keep a nice equilibrium, so you're not too exposed. I actually agree with that method. For me, I don't have nowhere near the assets that she's managing, obviously, but I do believe that once you reach a certain threshold, you should kind of level it out and then start looking for other avenues, for other places to put your money at. This way you can have a healthy diversification, just in case those market mood swings happen. You're not overly exposed and you don't lose too much. I think that's a great thing. So yes, you should have some Bitcoin in your portfolio. You should have some of your portfolio mixed in with stocks and stock options and things like that. 401ks if you still have a 9 to 5. I do. I still have my 9 to 5, so I'm still investing in 401k, especially if your job is matching your 401k. That's like leaving money on the table. Why aren't you contributing to your 401k if the company is going to match it? That doesn't make any sense to me. You should be contributing to it, especially if your company is matching it. It just makes sense while you have a 9 to 5. I don't think you should rely on your 401k as a retirement vehicle, though. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way in hell I am relying on my 401k as a retirement vehicle. There's just no way. Not with the levels of inflation, not with the dollar looking the way it's looking. In fact, the way the dollar is going, it's losing its value so much. With this amount of inflation, there's a reason why Bitcoin is jumping up that way. It's not just because of the ETFs. It's not just because of Donald Trump. It's because of inflation. And people are seeing the writing on the wall that the dollar is in trouble. Okay, it's been in trouble. It's just looking more and more obvious at this point. And we also have, you can now buy oil with other currencies. Where it used to only be the dollar, you had to have dollars to buy oil. That's where you got the petrodollar. The petrodollar name comes from. You can only use a dollar, the American dollar, to buy oil. Now, the Saudis said, "Nah, we're gonna take rubles. We're gonna take some other currencies." It just makes sense. Okay, it's been this way since the 70s, and now it's no longer this way. We had the dollar to buy oil only, since the 70s, but now that's not the case. So yeah, getting Bitcoin there's several different reasons to hold Bitcoin, and they're all pretty important. There's a lot of reasons, less and less, to hold cash, to be honest, at this point in time, unless you're saving up that cash to buy this asset, that asset, or another asset. If you're buying this asset, that asset, and another asset, then yeah, you need the cash, of course. But I wouldn't just hold cash. You need to be putting it to something. Have your nest egg. Have your nice little 3 months of salary or bills that you need in the bank. That's a rainy day fund that you don't touch. You build up that fund, so when if you lose your job or you leave your job, you got yourself at least 3 to 4 months where you can pay your bills, where you're not stressed the hell out. A lot of people aren't doing that. That's sound advice I would give to a brother. Yeah, you should have a rainy day fund. I don't think I would get in trouble for telling you that you should have a rainy day fund, because you just never freaking know. You just don't know, okay? Have your rainy day fund. Have your money set aside that can cover your bills for several months, and then you should be good money. Then start investing. I kind of did that backwards, but I can do that. Why? Because I don't have two things that suck men dry. I don't have a woman, and I don't have any kids. If you got those two things, your rainy day fund needs to be stacked ASAP. A man without kids, guess what? You can do a lot. You can do a lot. You can make a lot of decisions with your money that if they don't pan out, it doesn't hurt anybody but you. But if you got kids, you got a family, you need to really think about your priorities. But for me right now, I have put some more money into Bitcoin. It just makes sense. Even if it does go down, I'll probably hold on to it. Actually, fun fact, I did have some Bitcoin before. I had I think I had $7,000 worth of Bitcoin at one point, which was when Bitcoin was, I think it was only at $40,000. So if I would have held on to that Bitcoin instead of selling it, I would have probably, if it went from 40 to $100,000 right now, I'd probably have, let's see, close to 30 grand of Bitcoin. Right now, what they call it, Satoshis. Yeah, I would have close to $30,000. I'm just doing some guesstimation right now. I would probably have like $30,000 in Bitcoin if I would have held on to it. But I sold it for some actually legit reasons. It wasn't just so I was going to go buy a Gucci belt. That was not the case. I needed some things personally that I had the money right there, and I said, cool. Let's go ahead and let's make moves. But yeah, so now I'm building up my my Bitcoin holding right now, and it's okay. You know, I'm cool with it. I'm putting in money every time I get a check and whatnot, which is what I would suggest. Like I would suggest my younger brother, hey, you know, you should put some money in Bitcoin, just a little something. It's not financial advice. This is not financial advice, not at all. You know, it's just a guy on the internet talking shit, saying, you know, talking about money. You know, this is one of the few videos that I do that's talking about money. I did a video before talking about black men. You should be making, you know, at the very least $50,000. That should be like a minimum goal. You know, it should really be 60. But as a single man, you could do a lot with $50,000 to $60,000 of a yearly salary because men don't need a lot. It's just that simple. And this channel is not just for men, but it is man leaning. You know, I think I'll start doing some stuff for the ladies too, because I kind of been going ham a little bit, especially with the red pill type of content. You know, saying how women are, you know, not really team players in today's world. But that's cool. But the ladies are actually there are women out here who are really doing their thing though, especially in Bitcoin. I gotta admit it. I gotta give them their props. You gotta give credit where credit's due. And there's a lot of women who are online right now on YouTube who are teaching about Bitcoin. And I'm like, yeah, Kathy Wood is one of them. Another woman, another young lady who talks about how you can take your Bitcoin off the exchange and put it in your own personal wallet, which Elizabeth Warren, and I believe that politician, she's saying she wants to, I think it's her. If it's not her, somebody in the comment section, please put in the comment who the hell it is. But I believe it's Elizabeth Warren. It sounds like something that she would do, especially with trying to tax unrealized gains. That woman. But I'm hearing that she wants to ban or outlaw crypto wallets. So you can't take your crypto off the exchange and hold it in your own wallet, like how it was illegal for you to hold gold at one point, I believe, back in the day. It's just every which way they're trying to keep people from being able to build up their wealth. I think is absolutely criminal. But yeah, go ahead out there, get yourself some Bitcoin. Participate, especially to the young black men who are watching this or hearing this video. You need to participate in the market. You cannot just be running around with the money phone up to your ear. That ain't real money. Yeah, it may be $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 that you're holding up to your ear, but that's no real money. That money's not doing anything for you while you're holding it up to your ear. It's just not. It's doing something for you when you haven't invested in stuff like Bitcoin, when you haven't invested in the market or in real estate, or if you're putting it towards building a business. That's when the money is actually working. If it's just hold up to your phone, it's just a prop. So, yeah, make sure your money is doing something other than sitting in the bank, because the bank is making money off your money. The bank, I guarantee you, your bank is making way more money off your money than you're making off your money as of right now, if you don't have your money in certain markets. I mean, there's a lot of rich people that don't have their money in banks, not their real money. Their real money is in other areas. It ain't in your local bank. They ain't got $1 billion in their local bank. That's not how things work for the people like that. So, anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. This video kind of went on a little bit longer than I anticipated, but yeah, get yourself some Bitcoin, participate in the market, and until the next one, Yeah, it'll be easy.
President-elect Donald Trump's transition team is reportedly considering creating the first ever White House crypto roll. That's sending Bitcoin closer to $100,000. Joining us now, we want to bring in Frank Spicer. He's Medify's CEO. And Frank, it's great to have you. I heard that you actually see Bitcoin not only surpassing 100,000, but you see getting all the way to 250,000 by the end of next year. Lay out that call and what needs to happen in order to see that continued momentum within Bitcoin.